Yeah, he's played hard. You know, I mean, the consistency has been there for sure. I mean, it's 8 games in, but there's been no real lapses, and tonight he got rewarded for playing a good game.
How nice was it to have Mike Green on the power play?
Well, it was good. I would have liked to have had him more, but I mean, even though we didn't score any goals, I thought we had constant pressure, and the power play was more like we're capable of playing it.
What do you do for that loose puck? Did that make you nervous at all with his shoulder?
No, I wasn't nervous about him at all. You know, just we made the decision before the game that, you know, we'll see how Mike is. If he's comfortable, we'll play him more. But the intent was to play him on the power play and go with 5.
How difficult was it to manage with 5, or since coming into it, was it an easier thing, or I guess just?
No, Woody. I thought Woody did a great job of managing the bench, and would have liked for them to have gotten a penalty before the 30-minute mark or so to get a little bit more rest for Mike, or for some of them, so Mike could play. But I thought we played disciplined enough where we didn't get a lot of penalties, where it didn't end up where we overtaxed them.
1 point shots were 21-6.
Yes.
What happened?
Well, I don't know. I mean, sometimes other teams, I knew they were going to come out and be very good because they've been very lackluster the last 2 games at home, and they played really well, skated really well, didn't give us much of a chance to breathe, sort of thing. But it's really difficult to keep that pace up. And I think we got a power play, and we got a little bit of momentum off the power play, got 3 or 4 shots on it, and then we continued. And we talked about getting it deep and tiring them out, especially when they only ended up down to 5 defensemen as well. And I thought our bigger forwards managed, to wear the defense down a little bit.
What did they tell you about the goal that Green kicked in?
He came over and he just said Toronto overruled it, but we thought it was a goal, and Toronto overruled it. So, it was a tough thing because we all knew the intent of what Mike was trying to do was move it up to his stick. He wasn't trying to kick it in, but the motion was towards the net. So I mean, it was probably a lot of questions going on in the Toronto room, and it did hit somebody, but that doesn't come into play at all.
How important was Michael Weber when it was the shots were 21-16?
He was keeping us in the game, and good goalies keep you in the game. It's unfortunate that they scored that goal at the end. I would have liked to seen him only come out with 2 goals against, but we managed to battle through it and get the win, which is obviously the most important thing.
What did you see on that play where Neuberg got flipped?
Well, I mean, I just watched the replay as much as it was down the other end. So, but you could see that Byfuglien, it was almost looking like he wanted to make it look like he wasn't trying to hit him, but he did try to hit him. And that's what it is. And you could see he leaned his leg in a little bit with his shoulder, and when a man that size comes in at 20 miles an hour, it's going to knock you for a loop.
Bruce, you said at the time it was tough to cut Matt Crow. Was it tougher now to just make a decision on him?
Yeah, he played pretty good. I mean, he was the catalyst in the 3rd period, and Semin had 2 goals this year, and then he comes in and he gets 3. So I mean, he did a lot of good things. It's a great thing about having depth. On the other hand, the best game Marcus played was the last game too. So I mean, and then Fleisch got the overtime winner. So, and Stex won every face-off down the stretch, and Nicky's Nicky. So I think if we put Nicky on waivers, somebody'd claim him. So I mean, it's tough decisions, but like we said coming out of training camp, even though our record's only 5-3, we got a lot of good forwards.
Was he really fault Arsenault for going after Byfuglien?
No, I applaud him. That's what you need to do to protect your teammates. Sometimes as a coach, you sit back there and you go, we only got 5 defense, but if you start using that as a criteria, then your players don't get protected. So he did what he was supposed to do.
Was this a kind of game that you guys needed with just 5D essentially in the 2 columns, and just sort of to have this come from behind, everybody bear down kind of win?
Well, any kind of win would have been the kind of win we needed. I thought it would have been a real tough pill to swallow if we hadn't have come away with points going on 3 tough road games next week. So it was, you know, with 3 days off, it's really going to help because we've played a lot of hockey, and as you know, we've got a lot of banged up bodies. So it's going to really help and give us 2 good practice days on Monday and Tuesday before we go to Carolina.
Didn't end up on the score sheet, but in 9 hits, it seems like you were just stepping up his physical game tonight.
Yeah, he was getting mad, you know. So I mean, and his will come. There's once a year he goes through a stretch where he doesn't get any points, and he doesn't score any goals, and then he goes 30 games out of 33, and that's just the way he is. But you can see he's getting closer. He's getting a little frustrated, but he's getting a little closer.
What went into the top loading dive and taking warm up? Was that like a late decision? Was he
Sore, hurt.
How is Varlamov?
He's day to day right now.